You think dating is a hardware competition. How tall you are, how much money you make, what type of car you drive. But guys, look around. Step outside, touch some grass. You'll see that there are men who are out of shape, bald, and couldn't put together a stylish outfit to save their life regularly with beautiful women. Why is that? Well, it comes down to the fact that for whatever reason, in today's modern dating landscape, software beats hardware, especially over the long term. So you have the hardware. The problem is your software. While you were grinding on the career, the body, the social life, everything that makes you an attractive match on paper, you completely neglected the software, which is the text game, okay? The text communication, both on the dating apps and when you get her number in real life and are texting over iMessage or WhatsApp. And so I want to talk about why in this video hardware or software beats hardware, and how actually, thanks to the discovery/invention of the Guy app, link in the description, free trial, you can literally just download the software onto your hardware and start texting like the catch you are. Free link, free trial link in the description. So guys, what you have to understand is that you pass the hardware test when she swipes right, or when you approach her in real life and you can tell there's a vibe and you can tell she's attracted. But the software demo is where you crash. The software demo is when the match starts. And still, for whatever reason, you're still auditioning. You're still acting like the sale isn't closed when the sale was already closed. And yet you still audition. And all these traits that make you a high value man in the real world, like your job title, like how good a shape you are, all that type of stuff, that's what actually sabotages you on the apps, because it's all the traits that made you successful are what hold you back. Because on the apps, it reads as try hard, desperate, like a guy with no options. And trust me, I was this exact guy not very long ago. It's only because my co-founder and I developed the Guy app and everything along with it, the signal inversion theory, like I just outlined. And now once you understand that, then what you actually have to do is the reverse opposite. Literally start doing the opposite of what you think is going to work on the apps and when you text, and you will see a total change in how you're received. If you're not thinking when you're about to send a text, which is what the Guy app will recommend you, the Guy app will recommend texts that you are going to think on first impression will never work. But that's exactly why you should send it, because it's only the most absurd, unhinged, unfiltered texts that actually work in today's online dating landscape. For whatever reason, that's just how it is. And you can either adapt, or you can sulk and you can go totally red pill, which makes sense in theory, right? Going back to the hardware analysis, that makes sense in theory when you're just in your apartment all day watching YouTube videos. But like I said, step outside and it all falls apart very quickly, because you'll see guys with gorgeous women who on the surface don't seem like they have a lot going on for them, right? And so let me give you an example of how you should actually be texting on the apps, right? Because right now you open the chat and you're in boring interview mode, trying to either learn more about her, ask thoughtful questions, reference her bio, as if you're not the 49th guy to do that already, or you're just like faking, value essentially. You're saying, hey, I just got back from surfing in Portugal. I see you like to travel too. You look like you could keep up with me on a surfboard. Something like that. Something insane, right? Now, what you should be sending, here are some openers that the Guy app literally just wrote up for me that you could use in basically any situation. 1, someone put a note on my car that said I deserve this and I think it was you. 2, I got into a fight with a vending machine on Tuesday and I lost, and I think you should know that before this goes any further. Or 3, I just found out my blood type has been wrong my whole life and I'm blaming you until someone proves otherwise. Now on first glance, and I get it because I was that guy myself, you would think those are never gonna work. Why would I ever send that, dude? She's gonna ghost me. She's gonna think I'm weird. Now here's what you have to understand. Number 1, you want to test on the apps for sense of humor. It's all about the sub-communication. It's not what the lines themselves say. It's about what they imply and what they signal. The lines I just read for you with the Guy app signal that this is a guy not taking things too seriously. That this is a guy who's funny, who's chill, who's not afraid to be his weird, authentic, absurd self. And that is incredibly attractive on the dating apps. Conversely, when you lead with the interview LinkedIn energy, when you lead with the LinkedIn interview energy, it signals that you're very attached to the outcome, that you have a lot riding on this, and because of that, you probably don't have a lot of options. And it signals that you're needy. All the kiss of death on the dating apps, okay? So it's not what the lines say, it's what they communicate, it's what they signal. It's the vibe, it's the energy transfer. And what you have to understand is on the apps or over text, that you are not going to filter for compatibility, quote unquote, with shared hobbies, interests, you know, where you grew up, your family, values, and all that type of stuff. You can get to that on the date in person. But what you need to focus on the app, the best way we have found to actually communicate, build a vibe, and filter for people who are actually going to be fun to hang out with in real life is through the sense of humor. And that's what the Guy app does, because it gets you out of your own way. It takes your hardware, which has the potential to win, and it installs the right software. That's the key. So I think that's pretty much all I wanted to cover in this video. And guys, that's the best news, is that all the hardware items, right? Building a body, say you need to lose 30 pounds of weight and, you know, start actually lifting some weights to build on some muscle. You're looking at like a year or two to do that, probably, the right way. Say you want to get a better job. In this economy, probably another year-long process as well. Maybe you want to take up hobbies like, you know, golf, tennis, boxing, whatever. It's going to take you 6+ months. But the text game could be fixed instantly if you just check out the Guy app, link in the description. Get a free trial, paste in a new match, or tell it about a scenario of where you met a girl out in the wild and you don't know how to open the text. Because let me tell you, hey, it's Jack from bar name is not going to cut it. Or hey, it was great meeting you last night. What did you get up to the rest of the night with your friends? Question mark is not going to cut it. Only the most absurd intros or the most absurd openers will cut it, okay? So, hopefully that all makes sense to you. I think I've done all the damage I can do in this video. Guys, if you want to fix the text game, the link is in the description. That's all I've got for you, all right? Link in the description, free trial. What the hell do you have to lose? If you're watching this video up until this point, probably not much. All right, guys, subscribe, 5 videos a week. Any questions or comments, drop a comment and I'll get back to you. If you like the video, like it. If you dislike it, that's cool too. Talk to you later. Bye.